And lobby's open online.
Yep.
Is there anyone online?
Yeah, we got Josh Marks, Chandra Egan, and Bruce Holsey.
Perfect. All right, well, recording started. The lobby's open online, so we'll go ahead and open the Columbia 911 Communications District Board of Directors meeting for June 27th, 2024 to order. Roll call for board members. We have Shelley Hennessy, Jeff Flatt, Rob Anderson. I said Bruce Halsey is attending virtually. For staff.
Staff is Mike Fletcher, Mickey Nichols, Mary Jo Beck, Nathan Hughes.
All right. Let's see, public comment. Is there anyone who'd like to make any public comments? And as a courtesy, I guess, oh, sorry, Brady, as a courtesy, they've installed a new clock, which we'll just try out today for a timer. For 3 minutes, that way you know where you're at.
Thank you.
But I will let you go ahead and just announce your name and residency before I start.
Brady Preheim, St. Helens. So I'm here to address, I'm glad to see that you are acknowledging the levy results today and are not trying to pretend that you won, like some people are still doing. But I wanted to say about, I'm sure you're going to do another levy this November. I think that the message from the voters after 20 years of your passing a levy was that you have too much money when every other agency is pretty starving. I think that you heard loud and clear that they want you to spend down your reserves. They do not like the idea of you squirreling away this money, especially for me, for the radio project, which you need to ask for more money anyhow. And my hope is that you take that message to heart, that you reevaluate how much additional money that you need, and you reduce it, and you have a plan to go through your reserves. And that in fact, these are things that I would do to vote for this levy. That you reduce the amount that you ask for because you clearly don't need it because you squirreled away a bunch of money. And number two, that you agree to do a competitive process on your radio system. And I know that you think that you've made that decision, but you can always revisit that decision, put out an RFP, have a professional write it, have it evaluated by a professional, and do a competitive process. And if you did those two things, I personally would vote for this levy. Thanks.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment? Hearing none, we'll move on. Additions to the agenda.
We added, just for the, make sure that was posted, the Clatskanie radio site BART unit replacement and authorization to extend the FE contract to the end of the calendar year.
And I think Tyler, I saw you already saw there are updated agendas at on the table. Anyone else, Brady, if you would like one. That has also been updated online. Move on to approval of the May 30th, 2024 budget hearing and regular meeting minutes. Entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we approve that.
Is there a second? Been moved and seconded to approve the May 20th or May 30th budget hearing and regular meeting minutes. Is there any discussion? Kelly? Yeah. Let's see, Bruce, are you there? It's always that fun muting thing with the mic.
Here he comes. Maybe.
I do not see a hand pop up there or anything. I will assume he has no questions or clarifications. So call for a vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes. Move on to the financial reports. So acceptance of the budget variance.
Yeah, how you guys doing today? Our benchmark on our financials is at 8.33%. We're looking really good at 32%. At the moment, we received our fourth quarter 911 excise tax last month. That was exciting to get that one. By this meeting next month, I'll have a complete end of year June. Sorry. Documents to give you then, and I'll be able to tie that up in a pretty little bow for you guys on that meeting, but this meeting we're still in last month, so that's where we stand. Any questions?
Right, hearing none, again, entertain a motion for acceptance of the budget variance report as presented.
Accept that.
Jeff? It's been moved and seconded to approve the budget variance report. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye, opposed? Expenditures. Anything we're pointing out?
Not on my side, everything was good in that month. We didn't have any voids. Anything that you guys have any questions about? Keep popping out at you?
I'm just curious why we have two checks to Oregon Department of Revenue within a month.
Can you show me where those are? Tell me
They
where
are
those
1363 and 13.
are. Not in order.
On the first page,
First page, thank you.
sorry.
That's okay. And 1363, and where's the other one?
And just below it about 6 spaces,
Oh, above it, okay.
or yeah.
So one is for payroll of 515 that covered that pay period, and the other one is for the payroll on 530 that covered that pay period. Yeah,
Just curious, is there a way in the future to have this either in order by transaction number or by date? Do you know?
let me take a look and I'll see if I can make it come out differently. Do you have a preference?
I think it just makes it easier during the meetings if anybody has any questions or anything.
I think what it does is it's running, well, the next page, it's got some. Thought it ran payroll and then it ran claims, but it's got it intertwined in here. So I'm not sure how it organizes things, but I'll take a look because it does have lots of different options for me to change things.
It was like it's almost doing it by check number where all the EFTs are first.
So you say payroll, 515. Yeah.
No, EFTs on the bottom, yeah, for the claims. All right. Well, is there a motion on the table?
Make a motion. Set. Check register. That's it.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the expenditures as presented. Any other questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. We have resolution 24-03, 2404, and 2405 regarding adopting the budget, making appropriations, declaring the levy and categorizing taxes.
Question of order.
Yes.
Can you do all those at one time or do you need to do them individually?
Do them all at one time.
Actually, as long as we do it by title and resolution number
Very good.
in the motion. So I was gonna ask you that question, how do you prefer?
That's how we've done it in the past.
Thank
They
you.
just read,
Read the resolutions.
Yeah.
Resolution number, I'm trying to see if I can hard copy by title. Okay.
It's this one.
Okay, fine for all of them. Two. 2403. 5.
This one.
2403.
Here, so.
Right. So you time 2403.
Budget resolution.
Is the budget. All right. Place of form, I will entertain a motion to approve resolution 2403, which is the matter of adopting the budget, making appropriations, declaring a levy, and categorizing the taxes provided for the 2024 through 2025 adopted budget. Also, resolution 2404. Which. Second. Oh. Resolution 2404, which is the appropriations for the 24-25 fiscal year in the following amounts as listed. And resolution 2405. Which is for the imposement of the taxes provided by the adopted budget.
Make a motion to approve 2403, 2404, 2405 as presented.
Is there a second
Second, yes.
discussion? Right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed. Okay, same time.
I just do this.
Operations managers report.
Janelle is on vacation somewhere in Tennessee as we speak, and her report was added in the packet. If you have any questions, I could tell you that we are opening, or we did open for entry level. We opened that on June 20th. While her report says it closes July 7th, we actually extended that to the 26th, so. Everything else is correct in Janelle's report. Tomorrow we have two trainees who are graduating from DPSST. And then we had start a new employee next week. Yeah, first week of July. Any questions? Thank you.
And manager report.
We've been working on upgrading the admin phones for the last month or so. We've gotten to the point where we've kind of got an idea of what the system's going to look like. And so they're going to start programming it at their office and bring it in for a cutover outside of admin business hours. So hopefully in the next month or two, we'll get that. Dispatch, we did a competitive bid for new chairs in dispatch. I don't know if you guys seen our chairs currently, but they're falling apart and very rickety. So the dispatchers are very happy about that. We'll hopefully begin those in the next month or two. CAD, we've updated, or we're working on updating the maps for the MDCs in the field with the latest mapping software and the latest maps. And then HVAC, we'll get into it in the new business, but we've had some issues with the BARD units and failing. We have one up and running now, but it's Frankenstein together.
Do you have any questions for Nathan? And we'll move on to old business.
Business.
Radio system.
Yeah. So, jumping down, Meisner Construction, we've basically completed all of the construction. All of our equipment has been migrated, including the microwave backhaul. The only thing that's outstanding is our neighbors up at the site. And so we have a shelter, our old shelter, and then there's a next door neighbor that holds various groups of people in there. Had a meeting on the 13th with ODF and the amateur radio group to discuss the co-location agreement, the draft agreement. There was a lot of conversation about wants, needs, desires. We'll go over that in more detail in executive session because it's contract negotiations with those parties. So we'll discuss that in detail there. Next Gen Radio project, there's nothing new to report. At last month's meeting, I asked for authorization to sign a engagement letter with SDAO for financial advising, and the board asked a question as to the term length. And in checking with David, the term begins whenever we sign the agreement, and it has no end date. It's at either party's desire to terminate. So depends on how much advice you need for how long. That's what they're there for. Nothing else changes in that agreement. Fee is fixed. And so again, I'm asking for authorization to sign that engagement letter.
Is there a motion?
Let's get that to motion. Make a motion that we agree to take care of that.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to authorize executive director to enter into an agreement with SDAO for the management advisory agreement. Any questions? David actually came to the last Scappoose Fire District Board meeting. I had a chance to talk with him a little bit prior to the meeting. So and all
He's
that.
very good.
Yes, all that lined up with what you were saying. Is there any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
Well,
In your package should be resolution 2402, which is verifying and accepting the local option levy election results. We do this every 5 years.
Again, I'll entertain a motion to approve resolution 24-02. It's in the matter of receiving, canvassing, verifying, and declaring agreement with the abstract of votes from the local option levy held on May 21st, 2024.
Motion to approve 2402 as presented.
Second. All right, just moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Okay. Opposed? Anything else? That Mary Jo's gonna come around for everyone's signature again. New business. And is hinting at the Class 9 barge unit.
Yes, so I'll let Nathan, if you want to present this.
Yeah. Pull that up. So like I was saying, the HVAC at Plasco and I, both units failed. They were able to take apart one unit and kind of Frankenstein the other unit to get it back up and running. But they've heavily suggested that both units be replaced. They're both on the verge of failing. One already is just dead. So we asked for a quote to replace one BARD unit and a quote to replace both BARD units. Their recommendation was to replace both because they're only gonna need one permit and one crane. With the expectation that the other one would fail relatively soon. So in your packet, the quote for two BARD units is $38,000. With a 10% contingency, it's $41,800. I'm seeking your approval for that.
A motion to approve the replacement of those units as presented.
So we moved and seconded to replace the two barge units at Clatskanie radio site. Discussion. Do we know what are the age of the current units up there? Roughly,
The originals,
Yeah,
which is
2010, I'm not positive.
sounds about right.
expected life expectancy for,
I don't know that off the top of my head.
We're still in operation, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But right now they're in a failover configuration, so right now we just don't have any kind of failover.
we need to get those replaced before the heat hits.
Yes.
So how long is it gonna take to get that done then, and what's the timeline?
They haven't given me an exact timeline. They said BARD is a little backed up right now. We looked at some other solutions like ductless, but for the failover that we want, ductless doesn't provide a solution that fits our needs. So my guess is a month or two to get all that shipped out here because those units are very large. And then getting a crane rented and all the permits we need.
Any other questions? Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes. Right. Is there any other new business?
There is a new business. We're gonna hold that until after executive session. Your permission.
There's no other new business. We are going to go into executive session under ORS 192.660 A for employment of public officers, employees, and agents. And also ORS 192.660 section 2H, consult with legal counsel. And we will be taking action after the executive session. We go back into regular session. Current time is 9:24.
Do you have any idea on time, Bob?
Maybe an hour?
Okay,
Yes.
I can run outside and grab everyone.
Yeah, to say, do we know if
I'll join via.
you go online? Ready? Are you gonna be waiting or?
Probably not.
And what's his name? Yeah. Ron.
The guy without-
Jason.
Yeah, he left.
Oh, he did leave, you know, because he mentioned he was going to maybe stay.
Yeah, he left like 5 minutes ago.
Oh. So the recording's back live, we're going. Okay, so the executive session ended at 11:32. Mary Jo is propping the door back open, double checking there's nobody outside in the lobby.
There's one black car out there that I don't recognize, but I'm guessing that's one of your guys's.
I have a black car.
Okay, that's probably ours.
Okay. So with that, we are resuming into normal session at 11:33. All right, back to new business. Is there any other new business?
The only thing is, asking for board authorization to extend the federal engineering contract. This is related to resolution 2306 FE Phase 2 work. We're asking just for the contract to be extended to the end of the calendar year, December 31st, 2024. There's no other changes to the statement of work or the resolution at all. It's just time.
Is there a motion?
I will make a motion that we extend that contract.
Is there a second?
Second.
Yes, moved and seconded. Any discussion? And just clarifying that this is not causing any increase in monetary for the current.
No, we still have the statutory cap of 250. No other changes.
Perfect. Bruce, any comments?
Nope.
All right. Then all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. All right. No other new business?
No, sir.
Agenda items for the July 25th. Any heads up or any requests? And is July 25th tentatively so far looking good for everyone?
It's good for me.
Good for me.
Yeah, good.
It'd be a regular 9 AM meeting. Or is that one that,
I'm looking right now because there's something in the back of my mind. July 25. Yes, that is a conflict for me. I have my 9 AM board meeting in Salem. So if we could do,
normally moved it to 1 PM,
correct,
if that works for everybody?
I'm good in case I'm attending.
thank you.
Bruce?
Afternoon, I'm gonna have to check. I'll try and rearrange some stuff. And see.
All right.
Yeah,
So we'll just say currently as stands, we are still planning to do it on July 25th, tentatively at 1300 hours, 1 PM. Depending on if Mary Jo can confirm with everyone's availability. Also find out from Henry, would be nice. And if need be, you will be shooting us with alternatives.
If needed.
Right. And again, we already said there's no other business, so member comments. Start at the right of the table, Jeff.
just glad to be back on the board.
Shelley.
Just welcome back on the board. Glad to see you here and thanks for all the discussion, Rob. It was confusing, but I appreciate your voice. So thank you. Thank you guys for all your work too.
Bruce.
No comment. Thank you.
All right. Well, and thanks to staff for all their hard work. And I see that it was from the reports earlier that you have stuff going on at the fair, which is nice to always have a presence. I hope.
Say something
Yes.
on behalf of Danielle. She wanted to, and I will send an email out, that Bree, our dispatcher, our lead dispatcher is kind of overseeing the fair and our booth. Danielle had mentioned how you guys were possibly interested in manning the booth a little bit. Because they do get some questions that may be answered better by a board member sometimes. So if you're interested, I'll shoot that out. You can let her know if you have any availability to man the booth at the fair.
Also, just let us know, because if I recall, there was a change for at the fire one that this year they had to meet the requirement that the booth was fully staffed. at all times.
Yep.
They couldn't be vacant at all, where before it was kind of an open thing. And did that also apply to us this year?
Yeah, it honestly was that way last year
Yeah,
too.
it was. There's a
That's
fine
what we were told.
if you do not have it manned.
Yeah, so it sounds like,
So hopefully if staff finds a bind, they will let us know and can help out if needed. Well, thanks, everyone, and we will be adjourned at 11:39.